Street Scene Car and Bike Show, 10th annual. It's your 10th annual show with us.
It
10th
is.
anniversary.
It is. I'm so glad. I can't believe it's been 10 years. It doesn't feel like it.
Yes,
it does not feel like it, and I'm so glad you guys asked me to come back every year. It's awesome.
So much fun having you around. You know that? You just make you make this show all the time. You know that?
Yeah, I don't know. This year we did something a little special. Wait till you guys see. We got a special guest that might be standing close.
Oh no.
We'll see.
So Krista, what do you think? It's going to be a good day today. Everything's going to the American Heart Association.
Yes, it is.
And
the weather is supposed to hold out. The sun is out now. It'll be out later, and we're hoping for 200-300 cars.
You got it. You got it. What do you think? You think we should go inside and check it out?
Absolutely. Let's go inside and check it out.
Check it out. Okay, here we go. We got Larry Ward here. Larry Ward's the famous voice of motorcycles on WKBN radio for how many years, Larry?
21 and retired.
And retired, that's it. And now Larry's with Street Scene Power Hour on our podcast every other Tuesday.
Right.
You got it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
How's it going?
You know what? Couldn't be any better. We're at the Armstrong Street Scene Car Show at the Austintown Township Park, and we've caught up with Ken McGill. And Ken has a unique, extraordinary bike. And I want you to start off, Ken, with what was the idea of this bike altogether?
Well, when I originally come up with the idea, Larry, it took me about 3 years to finally get adjusted mentally because I could do it, because this is such an emotional build for me, because it honors 11 of my high school alma mater that were killed in Vietnam. I'm a Vietnam vet, but I didn't build it for me.
You built it for them.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at this bike, because there's a lot of unique features, and if you don't point them out and you're not a bike aficionado, you wouldn't notice. But let's start off with the front wheel. That is looks almost like 80s twisted spokes.
Yes, it's a 21-inch front wheel with 90 twisted spokes on it.
Wow.
Actually, the front fender is stock, but
it looks like an old XLCH front fender.
well, that's actually what it is.
All right.
Yeah, and all of the tubes and everything have been custom made, because I simply wanted to hide the speedometer cable and all the wiring.
You notice, folks, there's no wiring you can see other than this little bit here for the front brake, but no wiring and hoses and stuff. It's all hidden. You've got your primary cover is kind of exposed.
Well, actually, with that, Larry, it's probably one of the few iron heads in the country that has a belt primary on it.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, so it's open. And
well, I knew it was different because you didn't have any oil leaking out of that.
No.
That's what would be in there.
And that was a challenge to get that done. But after a year or so, we figured it out. And also,
then,
down on the cover, it has been engraved. It's laser engraved. The Free Soldier Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Fabulous. Now, before we get to the back fender, let's talk about the paint job, because it's extraordinary.
Well, the paint job for myself is just second to none. And a very, very dear friend of mine by the name of Pete Gonzalez, he lives in Medina. He owns Paint with Light Solutions. And he actually developed this, and the paint itself will light up. But what's so unique, about 4 years ago, Pete developed a board that he calls motion graphics. So when it lights up, the wings will actually move on the eagles
The wings of the eagles.
Yes, the wings of the eagles actually move, and I wish I could do that today, but it's too light outside. And the flag will wave, and then the rays from heaven, they will light up and flash off and on. Yeah, I graduated from Perry High School down in Stark County in 1966, and 11 of my high school alma mater were killed in action in Vietnam. 4 of them I knew personally. One was my best friend. His name was Dale Banner. He was also a Marine, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, this is certainly an awesome tribute bike, and like it says, all gave some, but some gave all.
Yes, they did, Larry, and it's, this was a very emotional build for me. It took 5 years almost, about 20,000 hours, and there was times when I'd be working on it in the garage where I'd just look up and start crying.
Yeah.
That is an actual ceremonial sword from the United States Marine Corps, and that is also my shifter.
So you got to pull up and push down.
Actually, no, you don't pull up or push down.
Okay.
There again, from Kramer Sheet Metal in Canton, they're mechanical engineers. Set up something so it shifts just in this short space.
That is like a custom hot rod shifter.
Yeah, for low gear you just pull back, and then the other 3 you push forward.
This is an absolutely awesome bike, and it's certainly a tribute not to all that have fallen, but certainly your classmates. And I know they're up there looking down on this thing and probably getting a good laugh about it and saying, well done.
Well, I really hope they are, because they're in my thoughts all the time, and that's why I do this, and I will do it till I cannot take it around anymore.
Well, I'm here at the Street Scene Car and Custom Bike Show, and I'm here with none other than
Rick Gura.
He's so camera shy, he forgot his last name. I told him, I saw him, and he said that he brought this beautiful BMW, and it wasn't getting any credit, so I said, you know what, we're putting you in the hot seat today, and I'm going to interview you about your car.
It gets no respect, Krista. Everybody likes the muscle cars around here. You get a nice foreign car around here, everybody just bypasses like it's nothing. And
well, I have my Audi RS7 over there, and my fiance's got his RS3, and everybody goes, ew.
I told you the story a couple weeks ago about the guy who had a Z8 down in Austintown. He bought it 20 years ago, $125,000. The car was worth $250,000 now, and everybody just walked by it like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. Like going, it stopped me cold. It was a beautiful car, but we're in a muscle car area. Everybody loves the muscle cars around here, so we're not into the foreign cars too much up here like down in Florida or your bigger cities.
But you can't hate on the muscle cars. They're absolutely beautiful. They're what drove us to fall in love with cars in the first place. But we're here to talk about your car, so why don't you tell us what you brought and why people should admire it as much as you do.
This baby's an 09 Z4 BMW. Okay, it's dark blue with ivory white interior. When I bought it in November, it had 19,000 miles on it. I put a couple thousand miles on it already. It's the 35 series, 35i series. It's the straight 6 with twin turbos.
So she scoots.
Oh, she scoots, yeah. Enough for me anyway. It's
well, I'm going to ask you the question that you always ask me, because I'm always racing and driving. How fast have you gotten it?
I'll tell you, this morning I had it at 100 miles an hour. Some guy was messing with me. He was in an X8, and he's toying with me, so I stayed with him, and he was up 100 miles an hour, so I stayed right on his tail. So that's the fastest I had it.
Oh, it's got more in it. You got to go faster than that. Next time I ask you, you better have gone like 125, 130, 140. What's the pee your pants speed that you said? The last time we were talking, you said, I always said that there's a certain speed that would make me pee my pants if I went that fast.
I haven't got that fast yet. I love the paddle shift in this. It's an automatic. So.
What's your favorite feature about this car? Actually, really, what drove you to buy it in the first place, and what's your favorite feature about it?
BMW guy had a 435i a couple years ago till I got someone smashed into me, and I got rid of it after I fixed it up. And I just like the BMWs. I like the look of them, and I like how they feel. They're just a nice car, and you get them on the road, and it's like you're driving on rails, So
yes, great handling cars.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of people giving you thumbs up. I think the people who are into foreign cars will give you thumbs up. But
Well, maybe you'll end up bringing it down to Florida and get a little bit more love. But I have to tell you, with the top down, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the visor in the back. I mean, that's a cruising car right there. That's a fun car.
Yeah, the girlfriend likes it and everything, so we're having a lot of fun.
So she's happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like my car. I like my convertible, so.
Yep. Well, thanks for telling us about it, and I'm glad I finally got the chance to put you in the hot seat.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, thanks for being a co-host today. It's always great to have you on the show, you know that. And we got a great day today here, so.
We did, and the weather should be holding off, and I didn't realize this until our Power Hour interview, but this is my 10-year reunion doing this show, which is awesome.
Yes,
I was like, I'm surprised somebody didn't slap a little flashing 10-year crown on my head or something. But no, I'm so excited to be here again. And
We brought you some sparkling water.
yes, that works for me. Sparkling water is great, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody else that comes out here today, and of course, it's always for a good cause.
You got it, Chris. American Red Cross, so.
Walked up, first thing I saw was actually, this pulled in front of me when I pulled in, and I was like, that thing's wicked. And then I come over here and your family goes, oh, that's our dad's, and he also has that GTO. So which one do you want to talk about first? Because I love both. Let's walk over here. All right, so tell me about this GTO. How long have you had it? Why did you buy it in the first place?
I've had this thing since 1980. It was a high school car. Still have it. Wrecked a couple times, put it back together, and got out of the service and put it together again, and been doing great ever since.
That's awesome. So you've had it since high school. It looks like you've had it since yesterday. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sure people, you know, GTOs they're one of those just unique muscle cars. Everybody knows what they are when they see them. You know, you've got your family over there. Is it something that you'll pass down since you've held on to it for so long, or are you taking it with you?
Go to somebody. I'd like to get buried in it, but you know, that's probably not possible. Yeah, one of the boys will have it.
My dad always says that with his car, they better dig a grave next to him big enough for his car.
Been big enough, yeah. We said about 6 spots. But yeah, we'd like to, but the kids will get it.
So it looks like you've done a little bit of work under the hood. You know, you've got some nice chrome work done. Is it mostly stock, or have you done a little bit of work to it?
No, this is a stroker motor. It's a 400 stroker. It's about a 460. It's got ram air 4 heads on it.
Nice.
Big carb. It's got like an 850 double pumper on it. But it's made for the strip or the street. You have fun in it.
Do you have fun in it, or is it kind of just a show queen at this point?
You figure with COVID, it's probably the second time it's been out. Probably in 2 years, 3 years.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're past the worst of that now, because, I mean, this is just too beautiful of a vehicle to be hiding in your garage.
It's been in Austintown forever.
Well, I love this car, and now I want to kind of move over to a more modern switch. You know, it's something gray. What's the color?
It's actually like an off-white, but
Okay.
it's a carbon gray metallic. But 2018 Z06. They made 650 of these cars, and this is about 87 of the convertibles.
Wow.
It went to Lingenfelder probably a week after we bought it, and had a 720 kit put in it. So it's 720 horsepower.
Beautiful. How does it handle with that 720?
It handles great. We've been to the Holly Fest down there, raced with the Holly Fest, and out of 250 cars, we come in 18th, and then 21st the second year.
Wow.
So it's been a lot of fun, and it handles like a dream. It's just incredible what it can do. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Technology today.
I love all the carbon that's on it. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful, and the color really sets it off. It says carbon 65. Is that something that was special just to this model, or tell me about that?
2018, they come out with a carbon 65 model. They made 650 of the cars, 150 went overseas, and 500 stayed here. And it breaks down from there. They actually made a couple stick cars, so those are really sought after. This is an automatic, but you couldn't order it. It's just whatever showed up at the dealership. And, first come, first serve.
That was going to be my next question to you. I mean, you didn't have to wait for it then. You were lucky enough that you went?
And found it, yeah. Just called around and found it.
Wow.
It's out of West Virginia, this particular one. But yeah, it's a beauty.
It really is. And I mean, obviously, it's a limited production, which makes it even better. So that's phenomenal. Well, I'm really glad that you brought both of them out. I love the contrast between the two, not just the colors, but the makes, the models, the years, everything. You've got old school American muscle, new school American muscle. Gotta love it.
Right, having fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
We're standing in front of a 48 Studebaker champion, and Bob Bzinko is from Vienna, Ohio, right near the airport.
Right by the airport.
You know, Bob, this thing is different. I seen you come in and I go, what the heck is that thing? Look how beautiful it is. A Studebaker Commander, 48.
48.
What made you want to get one of these?
Well, I wasn't looking for it. I just found it in Youngstown. It was out at the Canfield swap meet.
Oh, it was at the swap meet? Okay.
It was at the swap meet. I didn't buy it then, but I seen it, and then I seen it after that, and the guy called me and wanted to know if I'd wanted it. It was all in pieces.
So you restored it all yourself?
I restored it.
Frame off or what?
It wasn't a frame off, but I restored everything on it.
You found all the parts for it you needed?
Most all the parts. There's still a few parts I might need, but I found most of them.
This is really different. You get a lot of looks with this?
Oh yeah.
A lot of thumbs up and everything. It's just so, you're so used to seeing all these other cars, and all of a sudden this thing comes around and you go, at first I thought maybe it was a Citroen or something like that. I don't know, but it was so different. I said, I've been around a lot of Studebakers, but nothing like this.
Yeah, it's an odd, they're all oddballs as far as I was concerned, but that's mine. Yeah, it's a 48 Studebaker Champion convertible. Like I said, there's not many around. I haven't even ever seen any around here.
You got a flat 6 in here. Flat 6 cylinder.
Right.
12 volt. 12 volt.
6 volt.
6 volt.
6 volt.
Okay.
I stayed with all the original stuff. It was 6 volt back then.
And you got an oil bath
air cleaner.
Air cleaner. Those are neat too. We just did one. That Mercury we did before had an oil bath air cleaner. Oh yeah. So you did the all interior and everything. Who did your interior?
I did the interior.
That's all stock like that? The color?
Yeah, that's stock. That's the color and everything. That's all pretty much original.
How'd you find the information for all this?
Well, I joined the Studebaker Club, and you can get all this like you do with the Chevys or Camaros or Corvettes. You can get most of the stuff.
You can get it for this, huh?
Most of the stuff they're making. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff you can get.
But this model here, how many of these have you seen around? Even like a coupe or something?
Well, there's some coupes around. There's a couple around. I haven't seen any here today, but I've seen some in the area. You know, most of them are street rotted, if there is any.
Yeah.
But there's some around.
This is a beauty. 3 on the tree. You got a radio?
On the tree, overdrive.
Overdrive too?
Right, overdrive. It had a radio back then too.
Hey, that's unusual.
AM, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's what they had back then, yeah.
It's got a power top, convertible top. It's power.
Oh, it's power too?
Yeah, it's power.
Wow. Very nice.
So.
Very nice. How's it drive for you?
Drives pretty good.
It's not a powerhouse though, is it?
No, it's not a powerhouse. It don't have power steering, but it's harder to steer, especially when you're on turf or something. But
how many horsepower you think you're pushing in this?
Probably got about 65.
How fast have you had it?
I've had it up to 70.
Oh, 7? How's it ride 70?
70, it goes good, but not up a hill it won't go.
Well, overdrive makes a big difference too when you're on the highway with it. Yeah, it really cruises. Then you shove it into overdrive.
Cruises nice. It's smooth. I like it. I drive it all the time.
Good. You know, Bob, thanks for showing us your car. What a beauty. It's such an oddball. I love it. It's just, you don't see, I've never seen one of these. All the years I've been doing the show, I've never seen one of these. And it's just a neat looking car.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Hey everybody, I'm here at the Armstrong Street Scene Car and Custom Bike Show, and I'm here with a good friend of mine, Donna Carbon. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a little sad. You don't have any of your clothespin cookies here today, and I am just dying to have them.
It's too hot. It's too hot for clothespins here. You have to come over. I'll make you some.
Can you ship them to Naples for my wedding?
No, but you could ship the baker.
Ooh.
You can come.
Well, maybe I will. Anyway, so we're here to talk about your cool car.
This car, yes.
He bought it for
he
you.
did.
How
he
long
did.
ago?
2 years ago.
Okay. And why did he buy this specific car for you?
Because I can actually drive this one. He has so many other ones that are stick and, high performance, and I can't do that. And I think he'd kill me if something happened with the other one. So he trusts me with this one.
Okay. Now, obviously, some people when they buy cars for each other, they might buy something new. Or was there something specific to this model that you liked?
No, I just wanted an older car for me.
Older car
for me.
And I noticed the roof. And why don't you tell me what you said when I was walking over, because that was hilarious.
Well, my husband went into Joann Fabrics to ask for lace, so you know that that's a little bit weird when the ladies are looking at him. This macho, good-looking guy is buying lace. Well, he decided to lace the top of the car for me, and that's how it turned out.
And that's the finished product. I have to tell you, good call on the lace. That's so wicked. And I love the blue sparkle, and then you have that lace detail.
Yes.
That's absolutely beautiful. You've got your old school pinstriping on the front.
Shively did his thing.
Yeah, so you wanted something that you could drive. Do you kind of daily it, or are you now just a showgirl?
Yeah, we're just a show. In fact, he drove it here because I wasn't sure how to, make sure I parked it and look cool about parking. So I'll be driving out of here with it because I could just speed out of here and nobody will even notice. So,
Well, I absolutely love it. I think it's really unique, just like you. And I'm really glad that he bought it for you and that you brought it out today.
I know. Tell your family I said hello and thank you for coming.
Thanks so much.
Cookies. Eat cookies. That's very important.
Donna Carbon, best clothespin cookies around.
Hey, today we're getting some of the workers involved here, plus my boss here, Dan Mcgagin. How's it going?
It's great. It's great. It's a great day today. It's beautiful out. The weather's nice. So, cars are coming in fast and furious. So
He's working. We got him working the show today, too. How you like that, huh?
I like that. I haven't seen him for a while. This is great. So a lot of employees out here, and it should be a really fun day.
Yes, it is. Thanks for helping, and thanks for letting us do the show for all these years.
Absolutely.
Also, we got John here. What's your last name, John?
Yurko.
John Yurko. He's helping out today at the show. What a great day, huh?
Yo, sweaty good day.
Yes, that's
Yep.
sweaty
Great
good
day. Yep.
I'd like to thank you for all your help today, and hopefully we're going to do it again next year.
Yep,
huh?
absolutely.
And the weather's going to be perfect.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Tom. How's it going?
It's going good. You said what's going on too. It's like we're just welcoming a lot of beautiful vehicles here, and we're having fun, and we got a great day out here. We're in the shade right now. That ain't gonna last, but it's good to be here. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks for helping out. This is Dan's brother, Tom.
with Shannon, and Shannon brought out this ridiculously cool Mack truck. I walked past it and I was like, well, you don't see those very often, especially looking like this. And you said that you just got it. So my first question to you that's non-mechanical and super easy is, what made you want to buy it in the first place?
I seen one at a show one time, seen one on the Facebook, had interesting, and I was looking for something to make into a car hauler. Okay. So I'm going to have a bed on it eventually, and plan on hauling rat rod on top of the bed. So just a unique looking truck, really like the style.
Very cool, and I like the style as well. I love the spikes. It gives it like a mean look, like I don't want you to come too close to me. I'm too cool for you. But I'm looking at the work that's done in the engine. Obviously there's, you've got the K&N intakes and everything like that. Are you pushing out any extra horsepower, any extra torque, anything like that, or is it more just aesthetics that the guy that built this did for the truck?
More just stock. I say that's all the turbo setup. Just a 5.9 Cummins diesel with an Allison transmission in it. Gonna use it, like I said, putting the car on the bed and I'm gonna try to haul a camper behind it.
Oh, wow.
So we can go to car shows and stay for the week and travel with it.
So this thing's really got to be able to pull its weight and then some. And I noticed you said that you wanted to haul some cars and that you've got a rat rod. Did you bring the rat rod today?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I had no way to get them both here. My wife has a Pinto here, and that may go on to it too if we're going to a Pinto show or a Ford show. So yeah, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. I've always been into the rat rod style, so.
It's very different, and it's very rat rod-esque is what I would say. So absolutely really cool. I'm really glad that you brought it out. I wish you lots of luck with it, and hopefully you'll get to are you going to take it, you think locally only, or you think you're going to try and do some long distance since you mentioned a camper?
We're going to do mostly local through the rest of this year, and then over the winter we're going to work on the bed and getting the back end done and ready for hopefully Detroit next year. We're hoping to go up to the Rock Asylum in the basement up there. So trying to get it done. But
That's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for bringing it out, and keep your eyes peeled for this wicked machine on the road because it is cool. Thanks a lot.
All the way from Ellsworth, Ohio, not far from here, 12 miles or so? Yeah, Frank Lang brought his 51 Merc convertible.
Yes.
This is a beauty.
Thank you.
It's not a lead sled, no work, it's all stock.
All stock body, all original sheet metal. It was a body off restoration.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
You bought it like this?
I bought it like this.
How long have you owned her?
Oh, about a year.
About a year? She's a beauty though. Where'd it come from?
California originally. So it's got all the original sheet metal. I mean, it's not rocker panels, but it was all stock underneath, no rot out, okay?
Were you looking for this specific car?
Well, not really. My buddy come up with it, so I got it off of him. And I like the 50 actually better. I had two 50 convertibles over the years. But the 50 one's like a different era, the way they're styled.
Yeah, so this is a different style here.
Yeah.
They used to change the styles a lot quicker back then, didn't they?
Well, like every 3 years maybe, or every year they change it.
So this body style here, it's like, you're calling it a Mercury convertible. But if it was a coupe, what would it be called?
A coupe, the Mercury. They had a Monterey that was a little fancier.
Okay, so it would be basically a Monterey coupe. You have a Monterey chassis on it and everything. Yeah. The same thing.
Yeah, it's the same body, just a Monterey with a little different badging.
What kind of engine are we looking at there?
It's a 256 cubic inch flathead V8, 112 horsepower, six-fold.
What's that on top of the carburetor there? I see.
That's a backdraft carburetor.
And what's that do?
Well, the air comes in from the back instead of straight down through the top. Now, Olds had a backdraft carburetor too, also like a 49 to 50 type.
Okay.
But it was a different type carburetor.
Does it work?
What?
I mean, does it work good?
Oh, it works good, yeah.
Okay. You're getting more air out of it. Is that what the whole thing's designed?
Really. I think it just did it to get the hood height down, or so it wouldn't stick up so high. Maybe the hood would hit the hood inside.
And that big thing next to it's the oil bath air cleaner, right? A lot of people don't know what those are. It's filled with oil.
The filter, yeah.
Yeah, and then you change the filter, right? Everything goes through that.
Right.
And what's really unique about this interior? It's a beautiful interior. What do we got here, Frank?
It's all leather, stock color. It's all leather, even the door panels. It's all leather. I'm not sure if the piping's leather, but everything else is leather. And And all the top bows inside are chromed. They came that way, okay?
That's the way it come, chrome. This was a fancy car back then,
Oh, yeah.
huh? It's a beauty now. But you know what's really unique about this car? I was like, what kind of windows you got? He goes, hydraulic windows. I said, what do you mean hydraulic windows? I never heard of hydraulic windows.
Yeah, they're also 6-fold.
What? Tell me about the hydraulic windows.
Well, the way the windows work, they have a spring. They got a one-way pump. The hydraulic pump, there's springs on the window. The pump takes the window up on the spring, and then when you want to let the window down, there's a dump valve, lets the fluid out, and the window comes back down.
What kind of fluids do you use? Like transmission fluid or something?
I used originally brake fluid.
Brake fluid.
Originally,
Okay.
but if you blew a hose, you'd take paint off.
Yeah.
Now they use like automatic tranny oil in them instead of brake fluid.
And it works just as good.
Yeah.
How often? How many years they do that? I've never heard of it before. It's really unique. That's all 4 windows.
Yeah, I think 50. Lincoln back in the 40s had the hydraulic windows too, like the 47, 48s had the hydraulic windows too, and they were also 6-fold. I think 41 Lincoln, but okay, GM kept the hydraulic windows in the Cadillacs till.
So GM had them too.
Yeah,
Oh,
but,
yikes.
but they kept them till like 52, 53, where Ford went in 51. They went to 52. They went to electric windows. Okay.
Are they a pain, these hydraulics?
Well, they are, but if they're 60 years old, you got to redo the whole system. I mean, this
you can get the system and everything.
Yeah.
Some people make them.
You can buy the cylinders and everything. Okay.
You know what? I do this job, and it's just the neatest thing talking to car guys and everything. And there's always something new. You just don't know everything about these cars.
Sure.
And that's fascinating there to me, hydraulic windows. When you said that before, I go, hydraulic windows? What the heck are those, And I know what hydraulics are, but windows that are hydraulic? I said, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Now this has the accessory steering wheel, which was an option. That steering wheel was worth a couple $1,000.
Oh, yeah? What?
The accessory wheel.
Okay.
It's a Ford, the Lincoln Mercury accessory.
Okay.
Mercury accessory wheel. Okay. So it has vacuum wipers, of course. They're not electric on that.
Yeah, you got to pick up speed to get the Rain-X out. That'll help it out. Yeah, that's all.
And the top's a hearts. It's a hearts cloth.
Have you ever had the top down?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
How's it look?
Well, it looks
I
good.
like them.
It's
I like them with
beautiful.
the top down.
Now
You got a cover for it and everything. I see.
you got boot.
Yeah.
Now this they got the small back window. A lot of the later convertibles they had the big back window, which I think it looks better. It looks more
that
stylish.
glass
but it's-
window?
Yeah, smaller window.
Okay.
But
Original radio. This is all original, all stock. I love it. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. A lot of times you see these guys make them into lead sleds and everything, but not this one. This is a beauty. Frank, thanks for showing us your car. What a beauty. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it. Thank you for coming to the
thank you
show
much.
also.
Very much.
You're watching Street Scene.
My favorite thing is putting the work into the body. Everything's aftermarket. It's kind of a custom thing. This is my first time going to this degree with it, the custom hood.
I knew this car long time ago. So it was a miracle that it came back to me.
We can answer this probably just by looking at them, but are they easy to clean or not?
No.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Beautiful day, can't complain.
Matt's one of our workers today, helping park cars and everything. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, we got one coming right now. You want to see this truck?
It'll run me over. It's big enough, huh? part of the entertainment today is Thomas John. How's it going?
It's great.
World-known Thomas
This
John.
is the only cool place on the park.
You got it.
It's all good.
You'll be fine. You'll be spinning the tunes today. You're the main voice
well, Vegas is going to be up, and as soon as Vegas fades into the distance, we'll be moving the speakers out front and calling off 8,000 prizes we have here against the wall.
We got a lot of prizes.
And trying to fit music in around that. So it's going to be a busy one.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, everybody, I am here with Ron. Ron, welcome back to the show.
Always. It's a pleasure.
So excited to have you, and I understand that Rick has actually seen this car a couple years back, but this is the first time I've seen it, and I walked by and I was like, that's cool. So tell me about this specific Pontiac.
Yeah, everybody loves this car. They call it a Grease Lightning. It's a 1952 Pontiac Chieftain sitting on a 1978 O's 9.8 frame with a 383 stroker motor. I used to race circle track.
Really?
And I put it all together like this. Took me about 30 days to do it.
Wow, that's actually well, you put your head to it and got it done. Some people, it takes them 30 years to put something together.
No, when I want something done, I get it done. A lot of midnights.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to know, I'm curious, it's got this unique, rat rod-esque kind of look. So is this something that you did? Did it come like that?
Well, it's by mistake.
Okay.
When I got this car out of the junkyard, it had rattle cans, spray paint, runs everywhere. So the day before the Supernatural Canfield Fair, I took a DA sander and started sanding it all down. Then I was late because I was going to paint it black. And everybody loved my car, said don't change it. If you look at it, it got different pictures on it by accident from the sanders. Everybody, little kids and all, picks them all out and said this looks like this, whatever, So I kept it like that.
I like it. I mean, I think it's really unique. I love all the metal details and everything. You've got the metal details on the...
My granddaughter did that.
Really?
Yes, she came up with that. That's not even on there, belonged on there rather. But my granddaughter had these things off of a table or something. She said, here, Papa, put these on.
That's brilliant, and also I think it's really cool that your family's involved in it too. It's not just your car, your family kind of got involved with it as well.
Well, you're right about that, because I got 6 boys and 1 girl and 21 grandkids and 1 great-granddaughter, and everybody fights over my cars. I got about 10 of them, and everybody fights over them. But this is my favorite, though.
I would imagine so. I mean, it's one of those cars that there's no way, I don't care what type of car you're into or what type of vehicle, whether it's trucks, bikes, you're going to look at this when it drives past you. Tell me this, what is your favorite feature about it?
Just the looks, everything about it, the curves in it, the structure of it, I mean, you got to look at something when you build it. What do you like? What are you going to? I went to a lot of car shows. I wanted something different than anybody didn't have.
Right.
And that's what I came up with this Pontiac.
Very cool. My last question for you is, do you drive it often, or is it more kind of just a show queen?
Nope, I drive it every day, even the first day of snow.
No way.
Well,
how's it handling the snow?
Well, the first one is cool so far. Besides sliding and doing Barodies is all right. You got to have fun. I built this to drive it every day, not put it in a car or a garage and just take it out once in a while. Good. Her name is Sassy.
Well, Sassy is super sassy and super cool, and I'm glad that you drive her, because this thing is way too cool to sit inside, and thank you so much for bringing it out again this year.
You're welcome, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Today we got George and George, David.
That's right.
First, they got 2 first names here.
Yeah.
You ever get ripped for that?
The one,
many times, yeah.
The one that's missing is my grandson Zach. He wish he would, but he can't make it today. So yeah, but he's part of this too.
What is this?
This is a 1969 Chevelle. It's got a 396 engine. It's a 400 turbo transmission, Rossler transmission. And matter of fact is, we just got this done about the 7th of July. So for the good guys.
For the good guys. So how'd you guys do it, the good guys?
Actually, we did really well. We got a little nervous. We didn't know if we were going to make it down there, but we did. And Mongoose Motorsports put the car together for us, did an awesome job. We took the car down, and we won an award down there for the Mighty Muscle.
Oh, sweet. That's a big honor. You know that.
It is, definitely.
That's a big honor, huh? How long you guys own this car? Whose car is it?
Okay, it's in my name, but actually it's his.
You put all the money in it, so.
No, it's the other way around.
No, okay.
Here's the story. Back in 1992, he was working at Mr. B's. Came back down Campville Road, and saying, this car sitting in front of a funeral home. He said, Dad, he came home, said, Dad, you got to see this car. I said, all right, because we were into the cars that time. I said, okay, let's go and see it. So we went and seen it. And I opened up the hood and I see 396. I said, George, you're going to kill yourself.
That'll do it, huh?
You don't need this. Well, needless to say, went back home and said, hey, Mom.
You used the mom card, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good one. Good one.
It worked, yeah. She went, and we bought it. And ever since, it's his car, and been driving it around. And I had a 57 at one time, and I sold that, went overseas to Australia. So at that time, we put the money in this car.
What were you doing in Australia? Service?
No. I had the car in Carlisle once to get sold, and some guy from Australia came over and said, I want your car, mate.
And he bought it?
And he bought it, yeah. Shipped it over to Australia, so, yeah.
That's good. What color was this when you bought it?
Originally, it was Olympic gold.
With the black vinyl top.
Yeah, black vinyl top.
What color are you sporting here now?
This is Elger gray with a halo white on the top, so.
I tell you what, when you pulled in the parking lot this morning, the thing popped. I go, wow, look at it. You were way down. I said, look at this thing. And the closer you got, some cars you look at, they look good far away, but this one got nicer and nicer as we got closer. Hey guys, thank you very much for coming to the show, and thanks for showing us your car.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm here at the Armstrong Street Scene Car and Custom Bike Show, and I'm here with kind of a special guest today. David, why don't you tell the people who you are?
So my name's David. I am Krista's fiance. We're actually getting married this coming February, so very excited for that. And big reason we met is actually because of the car culture that we both share. So.
Yeah, so obviously car culture is a huge part of our lives. You brought your car out today, and this little munchkin is so fast. And a lot of people really don't know much about the RS models. I know I didn't until I really met you and we started talking about it, and you had your RS3. So why don't you tell the viewers really what an RS Audi does and why they're so special in comparison to their regular models and their S-Line.
Absolutely, yeah. So they pretty much take the standard models and then they take them to kind of up the performance. They up the motor, up the transmission, body, interior, pretty much everything down to the bolts is pretty much a little bit better. So that's pretty much what they do there. And
so it's more of a performance car. So obviously looking at this and your ridiculously gold heat shield that is like blinding in the sunlight, obviously this thing is far from stock. So, and I said it's a little munchkin, but it's a very fast little munchkin. So why don't you tell people what you've done to it and really how fast it really is, because I think people would look at this and go, there's no way it could put that power out.
Absolutely, yeah. So a lot of people look at this car and they think it's a show car, but I do have a full bolt-on and E85 done to this, some other little goodies, and yeah, it does really good. I've ran mid-10s on the street. I've had it up to 190 mile an hour actually, racing McLaren, bunch of 160 mile an hour pulls, shocked a lot of cars, and I've raced Mustangs upwards of 800 to the wheels. I've raced a lot of other fast cars, and pretty shocks a lot of people. So it makes probably around 600 to the wheels, and it's all-wheel drive, so it doesn't make that to all four wheels. And then I put some Toyo R888s on there to help hold down the power, but she still spins in first gear. So I do a 12 PSI launch, and she scoots for sure. But yeah, great daily driver, really fast, really fun car, so it'll shock a lot of people.
Very cool, and it does. The last thing is, a lot of people, when we're talking specs, this is a 5-cylinder engine, and there's not many vehicles out there that actually have 5-cylinder engines. This is a kind of a rarity, but clearly, even though it's only 5 cylinders, you could see the type of power that it puts out. So here's the other thing. Is it for sale, and will you ever sell it if it's not for sale?
It is currently for sale, yes. I actually have it up for $60,000, but you know, it's going to be hard to part ways with this car for sure. It's truly rare. Like I said, you know, the 5 cylinders, I know Volvo makes them, but Audi used to make them. They actually stopped, and they've been like 25, 30 years in the making to bring this back to the car scene, and it's really become popular because of the rarity.
Very cool. Well, I'm so glad that I got you in front of the camera because Rick said I had to put him in front of the camera and make him talk about his car. So here we are. I'm so glad that you brought it out and came here with me. And, you know, good luck with the sale of it. And then, yeah, that heat shield. I can't.
Joe Secca here from Cruising Times Magazine. What's up, Joe?
Oh, shoot. A lot of cars. Nice weather. Come on out. Where's everybody at?
Oh, they're coming. It's still early.
Yeah.
Too early here, huh?
Yeah, I was at Sharon late last night, so I'm still waking up.
Oh, good.
But yeah, a lot of great stuff here on the lot.
Good.
So.
I really appreciate you coming helping us out here today.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I've been seeing you at a lot of shows lately.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, we have. Cross paths. How do we figure on doing that?
We gotta watch. People are gonna start talking. Okay, I got some relatives of Ruthie over here. What, the granddaughter?
I'm her daughter-in-law.
Oh, daughter-in-law, okay.
Yeah, those are the grandkids over there, so.
You guys are all from what, Austintown?
Right up the street, yeah.
How you like the show so far?
We love it. We come every year. There's always a great turnout, wonderful cars, so, yeah.
And you're Jeremy, right? I remember Jeremy. How's it going, bud?
Good. Grandson.
Grandson of Ruthie. We got Ruthie's what? How many of you guys are grandkids?
Grandkids here and then wife here.
Wife here, okay.
Wife of,
all right.
yeah.
What do you think of the show?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, we love it. Car shows every year. We all got cars. It's a fun family gathering for us.
It's, you know, it's nice you guys are real young and you're into cars. A lot of times we don't see that. And in the car hobby's falling apart because a lot of old guys like me, you know, a lot of people aren't doing it anymore. And you're?
Jada.
Hi, Jada. What do you think, Jada?
Oh, I love it. I'm not really into cars. They are. I'm here for the family. Yeah.
It's like my girlfriend. She comes to the car shows with me. She's into the dogs. She'll find the dogs, and she's like, "Oh,
I love the dogs.
Yeah. Look at this dog." And I go, "Okay, that's good." Now, how's it going?
Good. I'm Brandon.
And you're Brandon, the grandson?
Grandson, right.
Big guy, Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm a little tiny guy, huh? And how you think? What do you think?
It's great. Like Jeremy said, it's been something we've done every year for as far as I can remember. So.
Take them as a kid to A&W and do the A&W car shows. So they've all grown up with the car shows, and yeah, it's something we do as a family. So.
And we got your wife here. Yeah. What do you think? You a car gal?
I'm here for the support.
That's all right.
The habit.
That's good.
Hey everybody, I'm here with John. John, thank you for bringing this wicked car out to the show today. You said it was grabber blue and it grabbed my attention, and that's why I came over. So tell me, besides the color and the sound, like you mentioned, what made you buy this car?
The power, the handling, it's a full package. Shelby GT350 from Ford there. They did it right. A lot of development on this car over the years. Came out. And for the most part, this is the full package. So very impressed over what they've done and how it all came out, and I'm happy to have one.
Very cool. So, was this like a limited spec edition? This particular, like in this particular color or anything like that?
This combination is one of 350, I believe. Wow. With this color, this track package, and yeah, it's well equipped and ready for the track for sure.
And you mentioned the word track, and that was another thing I heard you mention. Someone asked you, did you take it to the track? And you said yes. And that, caught my ear because I love seeing something like this, and I love hearing about a car like this and how it handles on the track, because a lot of people may never get to a track. They may never know this. Yeah. And they may be considering this car, but they're like, I love to track it, and I don't know how it handles. So tell us, what was the experience like on the track?
A little scary at first. I'm a novice, to say the least. The car is way more capable than the driver at this point. But you go out to this pit raceway locally, and also Nelson Ledges. They put on a track night in America. It's quite the experience. It's a safe environment to get out there, bring your vehicle of your choice. They do a tech inspection, and it's quite the experience. It's something I plan on doing more in the future if time allows. But yeah, it's great time.
Now, how is the handling in this? Because, Mustangs in the car scene, some people still feel like they can't handle worth a crap. And obviously you take this to the track and it looks like it came back in one piece. So tell me about the handling.
Handling is great. It's balanced. It's more of a 50-50 weight distribution on this vehicle. So it handles corners great. I mean, it wants to hug the curves. It wants to send you in a straight line. It will keep you in balance with some of the nannies when it comes to traction control and whatnot. But, it keeps me safe. It keeps me going fast. It gives me lots of stories to tell my friends and family there as I go 120 down the streets. But
I was gonna say.
No, it handles great. It's a dream. I considered other cars that were, were stronger, that had, more street presence, but this is a track animal for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you brought it out. My last question for you is, obviously you brought it up to the track. What's the quickest you've had it up to? What can it punch out?
On the straights, it'll do over 120 easily. At Pit Raceway, there's a hard left turn on turn 1, so you go down to about 30 mile an hour. So those brakes are just as capable as the engine itself. So yeah, around 120, 125.
You ever going to take it to the straight away and see what it can do in the quarter?
I have. We're right around 12.5. There's more that can be pulled out of this car, but right now I'm happy for just the way it is. I keep it pretty much stock, and that's really my intention. Just enjoy it, drive it, and maybe one day, offset it to one of my kids in the future. But right now, this is Dad's toy. So.
Dad's toy. Well, I think they'll be really excited to get Dad's toy in the future. Yeah. Thank you for bringing it out, and thanks so much for your interview today.
Very welcome. Thank you.
With me, I have Jim Mamonis from Berlin Center. How's it going?
Great.
I ran into you last year at Canfield Fair, and I fell in love with your car, and I said, oh my God, here he is today. Got the Big O.
The Big O.
The Big O. What is the Big O?
The Big O is a 53 Oldsmobile, and it's fully customized, and it was a car from way back in the day.
We can do a show on the history of this car, couldn't we?
Yes, you can. That's why it means a lot to me, because I love cars. I'm into old cars, always been. This car has a lot of history, and I bought it off of a very good friend of mine that it was his father's car. And I knew this car long time ago. So it was a miracle that it came back to me.
So we're talking, this was a 53 Oldsmobile.
Yes.
It was a hardtop, right?
Yes.
So it is a convertible.
It is a convertible. That's a Carson top where 2 bolts in the front, and then you tilt the front up and pull it forward, and that whole roof comes off.
This thing is fully customized, all Frenched and everything, and the handles are going lowered, and you got a scoop over there for the brakes. Tell me about it. I'm not sure. There's so much to this car.
Well, there's so many modifications. I have a board in the back that tells you a lot about it. That it has a 56 Oldsmobile grille, 56 bottom end with the bumper. The headlights have been shaved. The door handles have been shaved. The bottom of the rockers and the back quarters have been modified. The back quarter panels themselves have been stretched a foot, and it has 56 Buick taillights.
Oh, they stretched it back there too,
yes,
huh?
They did.
Yeah.
There's about a foot about a foot or so metal that was added on to the back of the car.
You know, Joe, I get amazed at what these guys can do with these cars. You know, they're artists. They're car artists, and they just do stuff, and it looks beautiful when they're done. You know?
Yeah, and the one thing that I can take, you know, I appreciate what they did. You have to realize this car was fully customized back in 1953, 54, you know, where they didn't have the technology and the machinery they had today.
This was done where, in California?
I believe it was in California, but I think here in Ohio, because the gentleman was from Ohio, and the first car show that it was taken to was the Cleveland. It was called the World of Wheels.
Okay.
And it took Best of Show. And then you can see on the back board there that it also says it was a cover car for Hot Rod magazine, Carcraft magazine, Popular Hot Rodding. And the car was just shown, you know, all over. And you can tell by the workmanship of it that it's just phenomenal.
It's a beauty. How about the interior? Is that stock or pretty much? No,
that was pretty much all customized. The third guy that I found, his name was Howie, had told me when he found it in Florida.
I know Howie. Howie's a friend of the show.
Yes, nice guy.
He pulls up some nice cars from Florida.
Yes, he does.
Up here, yeah.
Because when I was talking to him, that's the man that approached me and asked me, do I have the Big O? And I said, yes. I bought it off of Dennis Troll, which it was his father's car. And it was, you know, this thing means a lot to me. It's not just a car. I'm the proprietor. I keep it up. I want people to see this car because of the history and the people involved.
It's a beauty, believe me. It's a beauty. It's just there's just so much history about this car, and it's just so well done, you know. And this is back like in the Barris era, right?
Yes.
Chuck Barris, all that.
And you can tell because the way they did it back then, there's a lot of lead work done to this car. And, you know, they have to shave it. They have to put a little filler on it to fine-tune it. And the modifications done to this car, you just got to remember that it was back in the 50s. You know, they don't have stuff like we have nowadays.
What are you sporting under the hood?
I believe it's a 330 or 331 Olds Rocket with 3 deuces on it. And it runs fantastic. It goes right down the road, man.
You said there was a Cadillac engine in here at once?
Yes, at once when they finished customizing it, I believe I was told it was a Cadillac motor, because back then that's what they did.
That was the big engine, yeah. They were big
motors.
Yeah.
Yep, and then something happened to that motor, and they put the Olds back in it with the 3 deuces, and it is an automatic, big old cast iron transmission, really heavy.
What's this thing weigh, about 5,000 pounds?
Oh, God, easy.
Does it have any get up and go?
Well, when you hit it, she runs good. I mean, really, but
not a tire burner there.
No. This car is low and slow, but
cool.
That's right.
Cool, yeah.
And you lean when you drive this car.
Sure.
It's just so nice.
It's a looker, I'll tell you.
Yep.
Jim, thanks for coming to the show, and thanks for bringing your car. And I saw this last year at Canfield, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. It's a beauty. Thank you
Great.
much, bud.
Well, I thank you very much. And like I said, I hope more people back in the day when this car was up and running, that's what I like. When people come to me and say, hey, I remember that car from 20 years ago or 10 years ago. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. We're car guys, man. We all got to do this together.
We love it. We love the hobby, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I am here with Steve and Joe. These are 2 brothers that brought out these wicked cool Cadillacs. And the first thing that I noticed was the wheels, because I was like, okay, those are freaking awesome. Wait a minute, that one has them too. So you said that you kind of bought them together. And I don't really know much about, is this like a special name? Do they have like a 1,000-spoke name or something like that?
They have different names for these same style but different brands.
Okay.
These ones are, I'm not sure what kind they are, but there's different ones like Dayton wire wheels and stuff like that, but they're all about the same 100 spoke or 100, I think 120 spoke. 120? American made.
Very cool. I like American made. And I'm just, you know, we can answer this probably just by looking at them, but are they easy to clean or not?
No, not at all. It takes a minute to clean them, a little bit of time, that's all. You know, you just got to get in there with a power washer and a good cleaner and get in there and clean them up.
That looks like a job almost for a Q-tip.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Almost a Q-tip.
Now, I mean, they're on low profiles, and it really gives it like almost an aggressive look on a car like this, which is really awesome. And you have, these cars are very heavy. and you have these low profiles, and we are in, Mahoning County, Youngstown, Ohio. The roads aren't exactly the smoothest. So do you drive this, do you daily these, or, and how do they handle, really? How do they handle the roads like?
They're pretty good, but you just got to watch the potholes, because I have damaged them, blew my tires out. You just got to be careful, yes. If you don't, you'll be in a world of trouble. Yes, you will. They're not cheap. The tires will cost you $500 a tire. Yes.
I like that they kept it kind of old school with the partial white wall. I think that's really unique. Now you guys both have like almost identical cars. Did you do that on purpose since your brothers? Kind of tell me what made you both buy this specific car and what reason?
He had his first. So then I seen this for sale, and I end up buying this because mine's is better than his. So
Why is it better?
Yeah, no, it's the same car, just 2 different years. It's 72 to 73.
Okay, 72 and 73. Now, did you guys, are they relatively stock? Have you kept them the same internally?
Yes. With mine, I did redo the interior back to stock, though. Put the new top, sunroof, and new carpet in it. Other than that, I bought it like that. It was already painted, was repainted by the original owner that had it. And that's about it. Put the wheels, tires, a little music in it,
Very nice. Now, for someone that's looking for a unique vehicle like this, obviously the size is the most daunting thing about them, I feel like, because, they don't exactly have the best turning radius. Is it something that's difficult to drive? So I'm curious for you to tell me, if someone was interested in buying this car, what positive thing would you say about it, and what negative thing would you say to look out for?
Positive thing is it is a little bit heavier to turn, but once you drive this big car, you'll learn how to turn it. Negative, gas is definitely negative. I mean, you will burn some gas up in these big cars. It's got a 472 cubic inch motor in it, so it's not a small motor. It would definitely burn your gas up for you. So when you come out, you probably spending about $30 or $40 just to drive for a little while. But overall, it's all positive. I mean, it's a nice car. They don't make cars like this anymore.
They really don't, and I feel like, I think I said this last year during an interview. I said, all the new cars now look like eggs. Yeah. They look like an egg to me, and especially if they're white, they really look like an egg. You see something like this, you're going to look at it. You're going to be like, wow, that's so cool. So I really appreciate you guys both bringing them out. Thank you so much for talking to me, and good luck at today's show.
Okay, thank you.
Got Jason Braden here parking cars for us today. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having us out again.
Oh, gosh, this is great, huh?
These cars surprise me every year. Yeah. You don't see the same one every year, but some of them come out every year. But
you got it. Thanks again, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
With me, you probably remember this mug, the last show with Jerry Dixie. How's it going?
Great, Rick. How you doing today?
How'd the tour go?
It went fantastic. As you remember, you and Greg greeted us at the Quaker Steak and Lube a couple Sundays ago. Yeah. We had 30 cars. We went to the I Love Lucy Museum in Jamestown, New York. Great place. Highly recommended. Easy drive for a day from Youngstown. Then to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is cool. And then we went to Syracuse Nationals. And they had about 7,000 cars at the New York State Fairgrounds.
7,000 hot rods and street rods.
A lot of street machines. Them East Coast boys, they love their street machines.
Yeah. So everybody was so happy to be on the tour with you. He said that Jerry's the best to do the the tour.
You know what? We have a great group. Everybody loves being with people that like cars.
Mhm.
You know, who doesn't like cars? So
It was neat. I interviewed people from Wisconsin, Iowa, Texas, Florida. They were from all over the country.
Oh, if they come from all over. A lot of them have been with me for many tours. We stay together on Jerry Dixie's Road Turians Facebook page, and they all check in when they get home, and they go, "We made it! We made it home."
If you do another tour, where can they find out about it?
Go to Jerry Dixie's Road Turians. Roadturians Facebook page or roadturians.com.
Okay, sounds good, Jerry. Thank you very
Good
much.
seeing you here
It was
today.
a pleasure being around you guys. Those people were the happiest people in the world. You know that? They were so much fun to be around.
On the road with your hot rod for a week and no cares in the world.
That's it. You love it. We love it, and they loved it too. Thanks, Cher.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to the show
buddy.
today.
Have a great day today.
Okay, you got it. Okay, I got Carrie, Ruthie, and Larry with me today. They're at the Street Scene Car and Bike Show. How's it going today?
It's going good. Little hot, but you know, we got a little breeze.
What do you think?
Great. My son's right over there. He's got 3 cars out here, and we come out to see him and see the cars and the people out here.
Sweet. How about you, Larry?
Same thing. Come out to see the cars, see the kids.
You got the kids around? That's the best thing.
Town family right over there sitting too, and everybody here.
That's the best thing, having family around and everything.
Son around, and my 2 grandsons and my granddaughter.
What's your favorite car?
My son's GTO.
Little bias there.
And his car right here, the Corvette.
The Corvette, okay.
Yeah. He's got 3 more in the garage at home.
Okay. Street Scene Car and Bike Show. You know this guy over here? How's it going, Guy?
Oh, good.
Guy Shively, an old friend of the show. You've been with us forever, huh, Guy?
Oh, yeah. Years are going too fast. It's hard to keep track.
Yes, it is. Guy is the favorite pinstriper in the Youngstown area. Where do you go to pinstripe? How far?
Usually Cleveland, Pittsburgh, the farthest. Canton, Akron sometimes.
And what do you do exactly? You do anything?
The only way I travel is usually antique cars, stuff that's half put together. Anything that's drivable, I make them bring it to me. Because, you know, my building's 30 years old now. That went really quick, like everything else. But, yeah, this is the crowd that keeps me employed.
Sure.
God bless them.
Well, they love your work, Guy. You've been doing it forever, and they love it. You do a great job.
Oh, yeah, I feel fortunate to be able to do this to make a living, too.
He's got to have great eyes and a great hand, you know, none of this stuff.
Yeah, so far so good.
So far so good. Guy, thanks for coming to the show, and have fun today.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, guys, also helping out today in the show, we got Stephanie and Courtney. How's it going? They're with the American Heart Association.
Wonderful. Thanks for having us here today.
Oh, yes. Thanks for
Thank
doing
you.
all this.
Thank
What are you
you.
guys doing today? What's your main purpose up here?
We have our CPR kits out here to educate anybody that's interested in learning hands-on CPR.
Good. That's very important to know.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a life-saving skill everybody should learn.
Right, got that right. I learned it before when I was in the Navy. I learned it, and I learned it when I was doing baseball with my boys and everything. And luckily, I haven't had to use it yet.
Do you have to use it yet?
Not yet.
Good.
Not yet.
Good. It's good you know, though.
Yes, I know. Hey, we got John Lazinski here. How's it going, John?
Doing good. How about you?
Thanks for helping out today, bud, huh?
No problem. Happy to be here.
What are you doing today?
Just setting up registration, selling T-shirts. We got raffle tickets to sell.
And pens. If you want a pen, they'll give me a pen, too.
Got lots of free stuff. Kids' choice.
Yeah. Okay, we got Cassie here, Braden here. What's up, Cass?
Hi.
What are you doing here today?
Taking registrations, getting people all signed up for the car show, selling raffle tickets, prizes, door prizes.
Thanks for the help. Without you guys here today, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Yep, no problem.
We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here at the Armstrong Street Scene Car and Custom Bike Show, and these two guys just rolled in with these bad looking cars and bad sounding cars, so I wanted to talk to both of them. So over here to my left we have
James Morrison,
and to my right we have
Jason Christie.
So James and Jason brought these amazing track-worthy Mustangs. So I'm going to talk to you first about yours. Tell us a little bit what we're looking at, what model, what spec we have here.
It's a 2020 Mustang GT. It's Whipple supercharged. Engine was fully built. Took a year and a half to build it. Actually was a dream of mine. This is actually the third one I've built.
Very cool.
Since I was 16, 17 years old, yeah.
So you went with the Whipple supercharger, which, a lot of people don't even know. Some people won't know the difference between a Whipple and any other brand. What made you go with the Whipple?
Actually, was a great Mustang builder that I know in Detroit, Michigan, called Alternative Auto Solutions. He's been building Mustangs since the early 80s, actually, and it gets best low-end torque, and it runs cooler.
Very nice. And I heard you mention, though, obviously low-end torque, runs a little bit cooler, pumping out quite a bit of horsepower. What you got coming out of that thing?
900 on E85 gas.
Wow.
And on 93, I want to say it's like high 7s, low 8s.
Does your friend concur? What do you think? He's pretty quick pumping out that power?
Yeah, it's legit.
I have dyno sheets. I have dyno sheets.
Now, so tell me what your favorite thing is about this car, and are you going to track it? Because I kind of hope you do.
Yes, but not with these wheels and tires. I have to swap them out. Yeah, or I wouldn't have to be down to the rim. My favorite thing is putting the work into the body. Everything's aftermarket. It's kind of a custom thing. This is my first time going to this degree with it. The custom hood being built. Just the thrill of it.
I love that window. That is so cool. Like, a lot of people wouldn't notice to look for that, but when you walk by, I see people do like a double take because they're like, hey, wait, I can see the engine in that thing. And then, you've got all this carbon, and obviously it's slammed, which is so cool. Both of them are slammed. You guys both have them on airbags, I'm assuming?
Yes, they are. They are.
Very cool. What made you want to do that? That's not, you don't see that all that often with, I feel like, American Muscle. You see it a lot more with the imports and the Euros. What made you want to slam them?
I travel to Tampa, Florida a lot, and a lot of my guys down there, they have it, and I have another car, I have a Route Stage 3 as well, and they have it on the other model, the S197 Mustangs, 13, 14s, and I was kind of jealous. I still don't have them, so I said on my next build I was going to do it.
I love it, a true enthusiast. Well, I think it's freaking awesome, and also white and black are kind of my colors, so I love it. Really stands out. And now I'm going to go talk to your buddy over here about his grabber blue, I know, and see what he's got in this bad boy. So tell me a little bit about your 5.0.
So the engine is a Paxton Stage 3 supercharger, which was installed by Brent Speed out of Indiana, and it's the 850 flywheel horsepower, 704 dyno.
Wow.
And the reason why I went with the Paxton is because of the sound it makes, the jet engine noise, and it makes people turn their heads at a car show, and that's why I chose the Paxton.
Yeah, well, it made us turn our heads. All three of us, myself, my fiance, and the cameraman, when we were walking around, we heard you guys coming. We're like, what are they running? We need to go talk to them. So what made you want to go for this specific build? That's, obviously the tune that you have and the engine package. What made you want to go with that specifically?
Well, to show anybody up that messes with me, I guess.
I take it, and probably a lot of people do.
Actually, they really don't.
No?
I
You
hardly.
think they know better?
I think they do.
They could probably hear it and go, that is not stock. I love the color, by the way. I love that you slammed it. You guys both slammed these. You know, that's something that's really unique. But he said he didn't track yours, but have you tracked yours?
No, and I probably won't.
No?
It's
too pretty.
It's my baby. Yeah, and I'm not. It's just a street car. You know, I don't like any scratches or dirt on it or anything.
I got it. Well, you mentioned baby, and you have one clinging onto you, and I love what you said earlier because you mentioned that you've been bringing her to car shows since she was little. My dad did that for me, and that's how I got into cars. Was coming to car shows like this, just like you guys. So, do you like your dad's car?
Street Scene 10th Annual Car and Bike Show here at Austintown Park. It was a pleasure having you here today, Krista.
Oh my gosh, what a show. We saw some really unique cars.
Really
I mean,
nice.
we always see unique cars, but really this year I feel like there was even more variety than before. So I feel like more people are learning about the show if they didn't already know about it, and they're coming out to show off their enthusiasm with their rides.
You got it. It's just so nice being around car guys and car girls. And it's just such a happy occasion, you know.
It is, yeah.
Everybody around here's got a big smile on their face.
Yeah, and it's so funny because they're like, "Come talk to me about my car."
Yeah.
So it's so great because you get to meet local people that are sharing local enthusiasm, and I learned so much about different vehicles, and every year I learn something new, which is always fun. So yeah, it's wonderful. And of course, the proceeds from today go to the American Heart Association, which is great. And there's some amazing raffle items that people won. So and the trophies.
Oh,
my
great.
God, the trophies.
They're great. Yes, they
Custom trophies are very cool. So if you missed it this year, you really got to try and come out to one of these shows. It's just fantastic.
Austintown Park on the grass. It's a scorcher today. It's what, 91, 92. Humidity's up there about 76%.
Bad hair and makeup day.
Oh, I'm sweating. I am just a
And
mess.
I got attacked by a bug earlier. You'll probably hear it if they keep it.
Uh-oh. That happened to me last year too. So yes, it did.
Well,
Krista, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to have you on our show.
Absolutely, and I guess
we'll
see you down the road.
the road.